Greetings, greetings. Welcome to a late night vlog, about 2:30 in the morning. Um, I am sorry that I have not had as many vlogs as I wanted to. I wanted to do, when I originally put the channel up, I really wanted to do 2 vlogs a week. And I kind of stuck to that initially, but it waned off as I got busier and busier. Um, Lately, my time has been getting eaten up by the Season 3 mod pack for Vaygrim's Chance. I kind of went on a bit of a hiatus on the main channel. I took a little break because Forgecraft 2 died really quick. It died not too long, about the same time frame that last season for Forgecraft 2 died. And until they get some performance issues fixed, I'm probably not going to join in next season. I'm going to take a break because I don't see a point. It builds up for about a week or two, and then the bugs take over, and you can't really do anything after that. So I would like to, but I mean, because my Forgecraft 2 videos get double the views that my Vaygrim's Chance videos do, easily. But alas, so I took a break on that about the same time that I finished off episode 150 of Vaygrim's Chance Season 2. And I decided I was going to immediately start planning the pack for Season 3. I wanted to start Season 3 December 1st. That left me September, October, November, basically. About half of September, but that was about 2.5 months. Figured it's got to be time to get some testing done, get the bugs hammered out, and get a 1.0 version of a decent pack. And I had somebody step forward that volunteered to take the weight off of my hands, so off my shoulders, so I didn't have to deal with it. And suddenly that left me with a lot of planning that I could do for some mod guides and some overdue hot blocks on stuff like this that I could put out in this kind of hiatus period from the main series. But then the person that was going to be maintaining that pack kind of fell through, so they got preoccupied with other things and kind of disappeared. So now I'm having to redo it myself. And I've got a lot of people from the community that have stepped forward finally as of this past weekend. Oh, Greylock and Sean to Become and Teddy here and Trunks 9809 and Belgabor. A whole bunch of other people are stepping forward and they're doing configuration tweaks for mind tweaker scripts and mod tweaker scripts and testing mods and things like this. And it's really cool. I really do like it. But in the grand scheme of things, it is little. I'm wondering if it's too little, too late. Basically, I really don't want to push back the start of season 1 because season 3 of Vaygrim's Chance, because December is going to hit. I really need to start getting some main series going in December, and it's going to be Christmas. I want to get some other kind of Christmassy kind of mini map adventure or mini games or Christmas adventure map kind of stuff. I want to do some of that during December and put that out. I think that could be very cool. I really need to get content back up and going, and there's just not a lot of options I could do right now. I could do an off-the-shelf pack, but I don't know which one I would use. Fallout Infinity, FTB, not Fallout, FTB Infinity has been, can't remember what the name of the pack is. It's FTB Infinity something something, but it's their hard mode. That's what they've been working on recently. That's the most updated one, I think, and it's really not my style. There's a lot of other kind of, like Teddy here has Cthulhu Awakens, but Cthulhu Awakens, I'm not sure it's my speed. Regrowth, I think, is kind of long in the tooth now. I'm not sure. I don't know. So I'm kind of stuck. Vaygrim's Chance was going to be my anchor point starting December. Season 3 of it was. And it's now getting to the point to where we have weeks left, just a couple of weeks. And I can't even get the server below 100%. The CPU keeps basically running up and maxing out, and we can't even figure out why. We think we have some bug fixes in place, but CPU usage is still really high. We're going to start up with probably reset the map and see if the same problem starts right away, or if it runs up. If it runs up right away on CPU usage, or if it's a slow build, or if it suddenly stays sane. Was it a bug that just kind of bugged out certain parts of the map? We don't know, and we're hoping, but we're just going to have to test server after all. That's probably going to happen here in the next couple of days. If we cannot get that to work, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Get season 2 and just add a few things, subtract a few things. Like, take out Flaxbeards, pointless. Take out AE2 because there's a massive memory leak in the auto crafting. Update mechanism 8. Maybe add in a couple little extra, like 2 extra Thaumcraft mods. I don't know if I would put in something in place of AE2. Like, we have logistics pipes in the pack right now, but logistics pipes has a pretty heavy hit when you have a lot of people that have logistics pipes bases. It starts having a pretty significant impact on the server in terms of tick rate and stuff like this. Now, it is not bogging the server down, but it is noticeable when you're starting looking at profilers like Opus or whatever. You start looking at things that profile the server. You can tell that, like, 40, 50% of the CPU, of the cycle time for the server is devoted towards logistics pipes. So it starts to make me worry about people that run on medium to large size servers with lots of people on them. What's going to happen for performance? I don't know. We're trying to tune some of the config files, but right now it's not working out the best. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Still up in the air. I would really like to use my own custom pack. A lot of people liked Season Choose pack. They really did. It got a lot of positive feedback. I still have people that play that pack to this day. I still have like 300, 400 unique users that wind that up on a daily basis just on the AT launcher. And it hasn't been updated in like 3 months, and it's a year old. So, I mean, there's something to that. There's not a lot of casual themed packs out there. It's not really a thing. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I want to do it. Basically, what I'm thinking is, yeah, I don't know. I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm basically going to come down to, if I cannot get just after Thanksgiving, the weekend after Thanksgiving, if we cannot get a stable release of the pack, I'm just going to have to grab something off the shelf or just slightly update the Season 2 pack. We'll see. In the grand scheme of things, that's what I'm going to do. We'll see. Fingers crossed. On other fronts, Fallout 4, fun game. It's got a lot of faults and a lot of bugs. There's a lot wrong with that game, but in terms of playability and replayability, it's big, it's huge, and I consider it a really good investment. I cannot wait till mods come in, official mods, so you can just start plugging stuff in and really expand the gameplay and customize it and tailor it. That is really going to breathe life into that game, and you're going to see probably a lot of situations where folks will do things like how they did with Skyrim, where they would do a playthrough every couple of months. They just come, like every 6 months, they come back to it with a new set of mods, try it out again, try a different character, different play style, da-da-da-da. And I think this one's going to be for Fallout 4. It's a fun game. I'm still enjoying the hell out of Alien Isolation. Every single time I get into a recording session, I'll record about an hour and a half, 2 hour worth of episodes. And every time that I get to that point where I have to stop recording because A, hard drive space, B, I actually need to get something editing to get it rendering, you always kind of wince a little bit. Like, oh man, I was getting to the good part, I was getting into the rhythm of it, getting the feeling of it, and I get immersed in that game so much. I really am having a blast with it. I'm curious where the story is going, though. The game, Alien Isolation, is based upon the premise of the character Amanda Ripley, the daughter of Ellen Ripley. Supposedly, Ellen Ripley had a daughter, like a near infant, if not toddler, child, when she was taking the job on the Nostromo, that ended up having them go on, show up on the whole Alien movie, the first one. Then in Aliens, the second one, when they're trying to figure out the alien itself and trying to diagnose the problem, and Weyland-Yutani is actually wanting to capture it, not kill it, stuff like this, and she's got another crew to help her out. In Aliens, the second movie, there's a comment that's made about how long she's been in stasis sleep. They said that she's been in stasis sleep long enough, hypersleep long enough, that her daughter has probably died of old age by then. Now, the comment is made as a hypothetical. Your daughter has died of old age by now. It is not a statement of fact. At least I don't take it as much. A lot of people think that it is a statement of fact, and it guarantees that Amanda Ripley is going to live because this game is endorsed by the people that manage the franchise. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I think people are assuming too much. I think it is stated your daughter has died of old age by now. I think that it is a line to indicate a hypothetical. She probably has died of old age by now. Not a guaranteed fact that's what happened to her. So if that's the fact, that means that they didn't check. That means that Amanda Ripley could die at Sevastopol Station. We don't know. Or she could come out of it okay. I have no clue. So there is no definitive, oh, it's like when you're watching a TV series like Star Trek The Next Generation, right? Perfect example of this. Yeah, something happens, and Riker, the number one, whatever his name was, Commander Riker gets injured and he's, deathly ill. As an absolute fact, he is going to come out of the end of that show okay. They're not going to write him off. They're not going to kill him because it's just not the way shows are normally done. Only recently that you've got shows like Heroes, like a few years back when you had the TV show Heroes, like Tim Kring or whatever his name was. They kill people off in that show. Game of Thrones, they will kill people off in that show. There were major characters that were killed in, oh gosh. Let me think of some other shows. I think they had some major characters die in Star Trek Voyager. I think. One or two. I know Cass ended up leaving or dying of old age or something. She was in the first season. She was kind of like Neelix's sidekick. But anyway, nowadays you have shows where you kind of wonder. You don't 100% know. But so I can't play Alien Isolation of, oh, she's going to make it through. Because I don't really know if Amanda Ripley lives or not. That's not an absolute stated fact. So it's still up in the air. And that really does keep me wondering, that sense of, well, maybe I could screw this up, and she can die. There is room to allow for that. If it was an absolute, I know she was going to live, then there's a certain less immersion because you know that you can't really screw up enough. So yeah, it's like playing through, I don't know, like Assassin's Creed or something. You've got these characters that you're playing through. One is in the real world, current day, and he is in a animus thing, whatever it is they put him in that immerses him and sends him back. It projects his mind backward in time to one of his ancestors. He replays those events in history. And it was indicated at one point that it's not just a simulation, that stuff's actually happening. But it's basically like if you were playing through as the main character from a game like Assassin's Creed, you kind of know that guy's going to come out at the end of the story okay. Most times. Like, 9 times out of 10, that character is going to live. Because that's just the way the games are. Yeah, it was kind of interesting with Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2. In Mass Effect 2, they are reconstructing a dead character. Shepard's being rebuilt from the ground up. You're not really supposed to be alive anymore. You should be dead. And they kind of took that risk, but then rewound it. And I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, I'm very, very dug in on Alien Isolation. I'm really loving it. And every time I come up to record a new batch of episodes for it, I'm always having fun with it. Fallout 4, I'm worried I'm going to end up spending too much time playing around with the settlement stuff and boring people. So I keep trying to force myself to go back and adventure and do quest lines and stuff like that. We'll see. Let's see. System Shock 2 is pretty thick. I'm not even probably 10, maybe 15% into that game, barely. I would be shocked if I was 20% in. Shocked. That game is very dense. It is very thick. There's a lot to it. And a lot of people don't realize that. But unfortunately, the views on it are kind of horrible. So I don't know if I'm ever going to finish it. So I'm plugging away at it for now. We'll see. Yeah, I do, again, apologize. When I started off Vaygrim's Rest, I really did intend to put at least 2 vlogs a week up. And a lot of times I do promise, I'm going to try and put something up over the weekend, and I fail at it completely. Specifically because time with my wife over the weekends takes precedence. So there's a lot of times where she doesn't feel good, or we decide that we need to get out of the house and do some walking around. And all of that recording time just kind of evaporates. So I do apologize for not being as stick-to-it as I should be with these vlogs. But I do endeavor to get better about it. We'll see. I still have a plan to do a tutorial on what my current work process is, how I do what I do for editing videos and so on and so forth, and some tips and tricks I've discovered through other YouTube channels on Adobe Premiere Pro. It is 20 bucks a month, and it is worth every cent for me right now. It is saving me so much time. It is streamlining. It's a really thin lime. That's never mind. Streamlining my workflow so much, and I'm really loving it. It's really good software. Amazingly well done software. So I might put out some tutorials on that. I've had a lot of people express interest in that. See, I'm not really using Audacity that much anymore. I don't do the auto ducking thing that I put out tutorials on because I found better ways to improve the sound of vocal audio through Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't auto duck just to make my voice more audible. I can give more richness and quality to my voice in Adobe Premiere Pro, so it's much more easy to hear me, and then I don't have to lower the game volume and break immersion. So, we'll see. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this here. It is almost 3 a.m. I need to get this in the editor. I'm going to set it to render and upload overnight because I can do that with Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Media Encoder. Let's see. I have some ideas for some series post-Christmas in the new year. I'm not going to talk about them yet, but I've got some ideas, and I'm talking to some people about the feasibility of those ideas. Yeah. I know. We'll see about that. But in the grand scheme of things, I do think it could be fun. I would like to do some Christmas kind of themed adventure maps. I think it could be neat. Still figuring that one out. I got to find some though. We'll see. I'll talk to you folks later. Yeah, it's Friday now. So have a good Friday. I'm going to edit, render, upload, and go to bed. Bye.